Could Russia go as far as to use its veto, Henry, to block sanctions?
Well, that would be an unprecedented step. I mean, despite all of the differences that have happened between Russia and the United States and its allies over the last few years, they have worked together on North Korea, and there's been a common position. Russia has backed a series of sanctions against North Korea. However, now they're taking a very tough line. And yes, President Putin today said very clearly that Russia is opposed to any fresh measures. His view is that the North Korean regime will continue to develop its missile and nuclear program, whether without any new pressure.
And Henry, I thought his quote was interesting. He said they'll eat grass, but they won't abandon their program unless they feel secure. What kind of relationship does Russia currently have with Pyongyang, and do they have any leverage to try to help broker a solution here?
I mean, the relationship is relatively close. It's not as close as the China-North Korea relationship, but the North Koreans rely on foreign revenue, which they get from migrant workers who work in Russia, North Korean migrant workers. And in fact, in a phone conversation with the South Korean president, Putin was asked to try and help cut off that source of revenue. But it looks as though the Russians are digging in their heels.
And Trump has threatened to, not do trade with countries that do business with North Korea, Henry. I mean, that puts China, but it also puts Russia in its sights. What is Russia? How has Russia responded to that threat?
Well, I mean, some Russian companies have gotten sanctioned over their ties to North Korea. I think for Russia, this is a bigger issue than just North Korea. I mean, the relationship, as I said, is so bad at the moment with the U.S. If this turns into a major confrontation, I think that that puts Russia in a very difficult situation. So they're going to try and weigh up the benefits of sticking to their view on this, but at the same time, what are the risks of going on head-on-hand confrontation with Trump?